Okay, welcome back to the shop. I've got both tip tank halves laid up and cured, and what we're going to do now is join the two halves together. After working with this free coat that Thomas turned me on to, I can see that it's going to release quite easily. So I looked at Thomas's video on his F14, how he did this. Seems pretty simple and straightforward, so I'm going to give it a try by myself and see what happens. Mixing up some resin here. We got some pieces of carbon tow that are cut to go around the perimeter of the plug and part, and we'll put that on there. But first we got to wet it out with resin. So mix that up. I've got my carbon tow down here. We'll just pour a little bead of resin along here. I got some of that plastic that Don turned me on to that nothing sticks to, theoretically, laying on the underneath the carbon tow here. We'll work up 4 strips to go around the perimeter of the part. I guess I mixed up enough resin. Well, you know, it's always better to have too much than not enough. We'll see how this wets out. I might have to add a little more. These 2 little end pieces here. Oops. Okay. My wallpaper roller. So we will just roll this out. Wet out this carbon fiber. Make sure it gets good and impregnated. This is the only carbon tow I had. It might be a little bit large for the job. And I didn't want to wait for some smaller stuff, so we'll use it and see how well it works. The worst that can happen is there's a little bit left over, and we'll get, once the parts are taken apart, it'll all get cut off anyway. Excuse me. Make sure this gets good and saturated. Put this down into the fiber. Just like rolling out bread dough. It does take a little more than I think. Make sure those fibers are well saturated. I did use Thomas's trick and roll some frog tape over my roller here, so that when I get done I can just peel off a layer of that and I won't have to clean this thing. Okay. Nope, got these two little pieces. Right here. The ends. Okay, I think that's all wetted out. It's hard to tell, the stuff's so shiny. I'm sure you got plenty of resin on it. And working with this free coat, I mean, after this mold is cured, I just touch that part and I can see it's going to come right out of the mold. So that stuff is awesome. Much better than PVA and wax, I can see that. I'm a converted believer already and I haven't even finished the whole job. Okay, got those rolled out. Let me move the camera over here and we can see the application into the mold and the plug. There we go. Now the idea is you lay this toe up inside the edge and overlap so that we've got a complete binding here. You know what, maybe, there might be an awful lot of toe. I'm going to cut that in half. It's a pretty thick piece of toe. You know, you don't need a lot in here, just enough to bind the edge. Theoretically, of course, it's not going to be doing any sticking because it's on the edge and it's on the free coat, which is the flange is covered with. Okay. This is going to take a little time. Oh, that's not too bad. Yeah, it looks like I've used about twice as much of this stick stuff as I'm going to need. Really, all you need is just a layer of the fibers to grab a hold. In fact, I cut this long enough, it's going to go around the corner. I might not even need that little end piece. Okay. There's one. I'll take the other half. Let's turn this around. It's easier to work on this side. goes on pretty easily actually, once you get the hang of it. Just follow it around the inside and then drape it over the, little bit over the top of the flange, because you actually don't need any more than the thickness of the fiberglass. Oh, look at that, these two pieces are match up. I won't even need that end piece. Okay, let me bring the camera down here and see if you can see. You can see how I've got on the inside edge, and then just a little bit rolled over on top of the flange. So now when I make the pieces, that'll squeeze, and we should get a good bond there. So I'm going to shut this off until I get the other piece done, and then we'll proceed. Okay, we're back. Just been a few minutes here. We got the toe around the perimeter of the second piece, so we're ready to join them. We will see if we can match these up, mate them up. And there we go. Okay. We'll put some bolts around here, squeeze this baby down, let it set till tomorrow. And we should have, hopefully, a whole part pop out of here tomorrow. Okay. You don't need to see me put in the rest of the bolts, but there we are, all set. Squeeze this down, let it set, and then tomorrow morning we'll pull it apart and see how everything pops out. I have great confidence in this free coat, so we'll see. Talk to you later.